Well, you don't know if it's part of the show. Welcome to the show. If you don't know, it's part of the show. Didn't they teach you to reach for the stars while opening up the bars and keeping you chained down with mortgage bills and cars? Vaccines for your arms, kids sounding like supercharged, caffeinated hate-filled scars and rage-quit repertoires. No answers for yards, caught up in emotion that's not even yours. Imposter truths like impeccable retards, lined up for your serving of gish galloping wars. No remedy can't save the lost, in love with the yarn. I'm tired of walking into refracted shards, poor science displayed by disgusting bards. Soaked in sin with your dupe is delight in a new hand of cards. Been so long, seems like for love I'm just too hard, I'm just too hard. I said, welcome to the show, where you don't know if it's part of the show. Welcome to the show. If you don't know, you don't know. Intoxicated 8 makes you believe you're spinning in space while you have no shame or grace. It's a disdainful state I used to contemplate, how to save myself from my own self-hate. Wonder why I was even made with a dreadful fate, forced to try and awake with a full plate, no one to help me stay awake or educate. I've had to liberate and fight through hidden gates, but my brother, heaven could never be late, and rockets don't work in space. It's all fake, the show is on Mars, it's a joke, but you're too far gone, it won't be long. Fepe's beak is strong. We have our song and we march along like streams of knowledge leading to God's holy pond, and lives of truth that hits the bong and sings the song, turns mankind from the wrong. We come in peace with a holy gown and all of us wearing our holy crowns. Said the earth is flat and we probably just won't get along, just to go along. I said, welcome to the show, where you don't know if it's part of the show. Welcome to the show. If you don't know, you don't know.
Will agreed that he would phone me between the hours of 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock in the morning, okay? Because then I would ask him to pick up his phone and he would be able to demonstrate and go and make sure that it was recording. And I could see, and there would be an independent verification who's not part of your gang, but independently go to say, yeah, gosh, I can see that. And if I can see that, my goodness, I'm going to be have to rethink a load of things. Will never phoned me, okay? So I texted him. I was waiting for Will to phone me, and I could hear all this going on. Will then phone me. I then texted Will, no text, reply. Texted again, maybe 4 o'clock, nothing. Texted once more, nothing. Then at 5 o'clock, I emailed him and said, Will, what's going on? So the next day, right, Will, the next morning said, I'm sorry, Steve, I couldn't contact you because my phone was on loan for the Candice Owens live link. So I was thinking, well, you know, I've been blown out before, but not by Candice Owens before. What a remarkable thing for me to be known by.
And of course, Jared's going to say, awesome. Just take a look here at Candice Owens. Obviously, the photo with the Photoshop with the carving of the eye, the one eye symbolism. Make no mistake about it. Just another puppet, another sellout, raising her hands up, or his hands, to show the diamond sign for 33 in numerology. And obviously here with Charlie Kirk doing the same thing in a little bit different position. They're both doing the Masonic hand signs and obviously the black and white symbolism. Once again with Candace Owens. They're telling you with signs and symbols they're part of the club. They're not going to tell you through their mouths.
But the point was that Will was supposed to phone me, and what an ideal opportunity for Will to phone me and say to me, here we are, Steve, as agreed, a gentleman's agreement on video, I'm phoning you. And Will says, oh, I'm sorry, my phone was lent out for the Candace Owens live link. And I said, well, Will, you know, he said, well, I didn't get your number. That's a nonsense. If you're going to do something, you say you're going to do something, you do it. And Will, you let me down big style. And lots of people are really questioning that you didn't phone me when you said you were going to.
Steve. This guy, Victor, spent the whole year of 2024, now the whole year, until the final experiment, pressing these people, pressing Chico Martos himself. He went on live transmissions and spoke to Chico Martos' friends, and said, please, if he is in Antarctica and he had a conversation with you yesterday, because Chico Martos had a conversation with these other people the day before on a live transmission in the middle of the night. But it was an audio conversation with Chico Martos. So this guy, Victor, stepped in the next day, actually the next night, because it was a live transmission in the middle of the night. It was like midnight in Brazil, maybe like around 1 in the morning in Brazil time. And they said, well, please call him now, but this time start the camera. Since it's a WhatsApp call, WhatsApp calls can be also on camera. So just switch on the camera and prove to us. It's very simple, very easy. There's no need to spend thousands of dollars to go there and prove it. You can prove it to me right now. Come on, I'm waiting, he said. Come on, I'm waiting. Just call him and show me. Obviously, they didn't show him. They ran away and escaped. Because obviously there is no midnight sun in Antarctica. We all know it now very well. The only thing that was proven by this bunch of liars is that there is no midnight sun. So they ran away from Victor. And this guy, Chico Martos, stated that he didn't want to be involved. He said, please, keep me out of it. He said, I don't want to be involved. And ran away.
Because then I would ask him to pick up his phone and he would be able to demonstrate and go and make sure that it was recording. And I could see, and there would be an independent verification who's not part of your gang.
So just switch on the camera and prove to us. It's very simple, very easy. There's no need to spend thousands of dollars to go there and prove it. You can prove it to me right now. Come on, I'm waiting, he said. Come on, I'm waiting. Just call him and show me. Obviously, they didn't show him. They ran away and escaped. Because obviously there is no midnight sun in Antarctica. We all know it now very well. The only thing that was proven by this bunch of liars is that there is no midnight sun.
Hello, guys. How are you? Hello, Gina. Unbelievable. Yeah, it is unbelievable. So good morning, guys. Happy New Year from Japan. Back first show of the year. Uh, Shout out to everyone here in the chat. Steven, Rory. Yep, that's it. Rory. Uh, Shout out to you. And Steven, Flat Earth Reconnaissance is in the house. Hello, brother. Frank, Jumper. So many good people here. Welcome to the show. So a lot of things to be discussed today. Let's see if we can cover all of them. So, in order for me not to waste time, since there are so many things to cover, let's go ahead and get started. Hello, brother from Brazil. Hello, everyone. Hi. So, this is a good friend from Brazil, flat earther, excellent researcher. Actually, I'm going to share some of his stuff today. Uh, so, you don't trust them. Why would they lie? Well, the same question. Why 400,000 people supposedly worked behind the uh, Apollo 11. So why would they lie? What was the lie? Well, that's what we're going to try to demonstrate today. Okay. Hello, Flat Earth Reconnaissance. Yeah, pretty crazy because I really tried to stay away from a bit from this whole TFE, but I had an emergency broadcast 2 weeks ago, and it's a new year, tax times coming, a lot of things to worry about, business related. So we don't know how we're gonna do it. Whistleblower, what's going on, brother? So a lot of good people here. I hope I will. Uh, but I want to address this. You don't trust them. Why would they lie? Well, why? Let's find out today. All right, let's find out today. So let's get started. I'm gonna share my screen. First of all, guys, just a quick mic check. You guys think? Can you guys hear me well? Just give me a feedback, and we go from there. Think you guys can hear me well, right? So let me go ahead and get started here. So shout out to a couple of people, subscribers. Robert Stuzzy, he sent me a list of things. Other people. So, a couple questions about this whole TFE. Number one, live stream could have been faked and pre-recorded. Yeah, some of them definitely you can record stuff and play it like if it was live. I've once watched a ODD live stream. I thought he was live. He was not. He was just playing it. Sid spent most of the time berating the audience for not believing him. We'd sit to get gloves off screen, then walk 30 feet away to pick up snow, even though he was allegedly standing on snow, and that it was everywhere. Of course, he's in Antarctica. Which city doesn't snow in Antarctica anymore, and the snow is thousands of years old. That is provable lie. This is because in freezing temperatures, snow sublimates or evaporates without melting. Our remaining snow would have been packed down by hundreds of feet of old, now sublimated snow, which would have packed the remaining snow and made it as hard as a rock. Well, you can actually see videos of snow. He said that it hadn't snowed in Antarctica for thousands of years, when you literally can see videos of snowing in Antarctica. And on my documentary that I uploaded like 6 months ago, the Brazilian mission, there one of the soldiers, the Navy, Brazilian Navy, as he was speaking, snow was falling. They never showed a zoomed-in photo of the sun or infrared photos of it of any of their live streams, which would give them more time to fake it. Yeah, definitely. One thing that I want to tell you guys, you've seen Will Duffy. These guys are asking, and they were asking the whole time, oh, send me pictures of the sun, because they want to have all this material so they can compose it all together, make a compound all together so they can better do this CGI stuff, and whenever they're making a movie, that's a Hollywood production right now. So they need all this information so they can add to the process of editing. So they need all this information. That's why Will keeps he kept asking, for information, and he's still asking for stuff. Oh, send me because we got proof. No. He wants us to send what they are watching all of our videos, our debunking, and they are editing, making edits to correct those things. So, that's what they are doing. Duffy was asking for photos of the sun from around the world to produce viable fakes. Yeah, exactly. That's why they were asking, photos, send me your photos, because once they have that, they on the final project, they will make sure they will include all those data on their fake imagery. Duffy admitting that he thinks lying and deception are perfectly acceptable if people accept it as a fact. It's probably some kind of Masonic, Luciferian, or Satanic doctrine. Yeah, definitely we're going to explore some of this today. Duff's list of financial crimes and current charges to be wiped. Perhaps, I don't know. No witnesses. So, it's funny, like you have 10 people, the 10 TFE guys, everybody else has a curfew. Midnight, they gotta be in their tent to not come outside. It's so weird, but we're gonna talk about that as well. No live streams at midnight, synced with viewers from around the world. Exactly, I did go live here in Japan. You can go back to that week. I went live at midnight there, which my noon here. We are exactly 12 hours opposite. They never really, that's the same problem with Shikomatos that Fake Flippy was telling us now. Okay. We'll talk about that as well. No proof of South Pole, no proof of concept or empirical evidence provided, no vetting of claims or individuals' credentials, conflicts of interest, personalities, glitches, anomalies, no PhD level of academic peer review of scientific papers. No, yeah, because Globers love that stuff. They ask all the time. Now they're going to believe two flat earthers. No attention given to in-depth written reporting, no real scientific process, summing up attempted scam level, deceptions and false impressions aimed at viewers on the service are basically science fiction. All right, that's what we got from this TFE so far. So for some of you who have been with me for so long, and I told you guys this was going to be a hit piece, a movie, a documentary. I don't want to play all those videos again. I play it several times, on real describing, and then just 2 weeks ago, I played the one that he said, TFE, the movie is going to tell a story. Okay. So you go to ChatGPT, you can ask, is Jonathan Marian an actor? Yes, Jonathan Marian is an actor, cinematographer, and filmmaker. He had appeared in various films and series, including Casual series, Throwdown, and Dead Ringer. In addition to acting, Marianne has worked behind the camera as a director of photography and cinematographer of projects like, okay, so there's a list of things, and basically what they took there, it's a mix of Freemasons and actors to provide some, backing for their heliocentric claims, right? And that's all goes back to the Reformation, right? It's all about removing the truth of the Bible. If you go back, this Pope Helio X, this is the time of the Reformation. He was involved, during Martin Luther Reformation. So what did they come up with? They come up with the heliocentric model. Clement VII, the Pope, known for approving Copernicus' heliocentric model. They worked it out. They had to bring out something to diminish the authority of the Bible. Right? That's what they did. Right? And that's what the heliocentric model basically is. Just a counter to counter the information of the Bible. Okay. Psalm 19:5-6, which is a bridegroom coming out of his chamber and rejoice as a strong man to run a race. His going forth is from the end of the heaven, and he seeketh unto the ends of it, and there is nothing hid from the heat thereof. Right? So I explained to you guys several times we live in a polar projection. You don't even need the continents here. Everything is 3/6 based on the magnetic North Pole. All right, this is a comment by Rory. There can be no midnight sun in Antarctica because Antarctica pole does not exist, and these globe prophets are liars. All right, so guys, this is where I come from. Okay, I'm originally from São Paulo, right here. I was born exactly on the Tropic of Capricorn. And then we moved when I was a kid to a farm, my grandfather's farm, right here, 24 South. Okay. And all of my life, while I lived in Brazil and I started working for the airline later on, every time that we talked about a midnight sun, we had to talk about going to Norway, to see the midnight sun. Even this past week, I went online from packages from Brazil to see the midnight sun. Every single one of them are packages to go to Norway, Sweden, and Canada. So what I did, I'm not far from Union Glacier, flying from there is like 6, 7 hours perhaps, But I went ahead, I changed my search engine to Argentina as if I were in Argentina. So first, Argentina is this one right here. Okay, so viaje de Argentina para ver el sol de la medianoche. Right. So let's say you are in Argentina, like I changed it, and right here it says you can travel to countries on the northern hemisphere, like Norway, Greenland, Svalbard, Russia, Canada, Alaska, and Scandinavian countries. So I'm talking about, I'm in Patagonia, Argentina. If I want to see the midnight sun, I have to travel to those regions in the north. Okay, you have here Finland, Norway. So, I said, well, let's try Chile. So I did the same thing. Travel from Chile to see the midnight sun. Okay, right here, Siberia. You have to go to Siberia to see the midnight sun, right? In Canada, okay, it says right here, you have to go to Canada. I'm talking about Chile. Chile has a base in Antarctica. Actually, they own parts of the Antarctica. We're gonna show this in just a minute. Fjord, that's the land in Norway. Okay, so when you are in Chile, you want to see the midnight sun, you have to travel to Norway, right? So nobody ever heard of a midnight sun in South America, ever. Okay, if you ever want to see a midnight sun, we have to go to Norway, never to Antarctica. Now, on the ball, symmetrically, you should be able to see this midnight sun at 65 degrees south, because Fairbanks in Alaska, you have the midnight sun at 65 degrees north, where 30,000 people witness the midnight sun about 10 degrees above the horizon, every year for several months. Right? Maybe I should share this one. Let me remove this comment real quick. Guys, hang on, okay? I'm going to go back to the chat. Hello, Tikrevo. Hello, Fed and Wise and White House Clinton. Officially, he is in the club. He can't be. Yeah, we're going to go back to that. So just let me go ahead, and I'm trying not to lose focus here, okay? But we will go back to the chat, all right? So as I was saying to you, from Brazil, from all those regions, and we have to travel to Norway and stuff like that to go. So let's look at this stuff right here, okay? So Japan has had a basis in Antarctica Basin, his research station, since 1957 in Antarctica. Never ever a Japanese person, even though they make the best cameras, Sony, uh, Nikon, Canon, you know, Lumix, none of them have ever recorded the midnight sun, ever. Never, ever. You find here, search, you look, I'll visit their research ship here in Nagoya. It's docked right here in Nagoya. Beautiful. I went inside, you know, and nobody can show any proof of a midnight sun. Right. So let's move on. Let's look at. We'll go back to these guys later. How about the Russians? The Russians have been also there since 1957. How come never any Russian researcher or sailor ever produced a midnight sun footage or proof or anything, right? How about the Turkish? The Turkish people, they are very proud people. You know, they're really proud of their nation, their conquests in the past. And they've been there. They have had a research station in Antarctica since 2021. How come no Turkish researcher has ever shown to the world here's the midnight sun in Antarctica? Never, right? Let's move on. Uh, okay, we Brazilians, since 1980, we have had our research station there. I had a whole entire documentary about it. I searched everything I could, 40 years of history. Not one researcher has ever mentioned or produced any proof of a 24-hour sun in Antarctica. Not a single one, right? They had bases at 63 South, 79 South, and 83 South. Those two are temporary, and the 63 South is permanent. But they have their research ships and they go farther south, and never ever, none of them have ever produced any proof of a 24-hour sun in Antarctica. I just mentioned to you, this is the Argentinians. They have had their base in Argentina. They also claim part of it since 1904. But if you are in Argentina, as I just told you guys, you try to see the midnight sun. They sell you packages to go to Norway, not to their bases in Argentina to see any. Actually, they own a large chunk in Antarctica, you know? They never say, okay, you can go to one of our bases. Any one of our researchers there can produce proof of a 24-hour sun. Never, ever, never, you know? You won't find this stuff. Chile, since in Brazil, in Argentina since 1947. How come none of these guys have had the privilege of going to the press like Darren and Austin are gonna go now and say, "Yeah, we saw the midnight sun." How come none of these guys have ever produced any proof of a 24-hour sun, even though the Chileans are there since 1947, you know, and they don't produce? How come Chile, you go there, there's no proof of a 24-hour sun in Antarctica, you know? How come? Now, it's things like, you know, makes you go like that song, things that makes you go, right? The Germans have been there since the 1895, not before the 1895 as explorers, and then the Nazis, and then later on they've been back there. No, France since 1950. French are very proud people as well. How come no French, come out and say, here, we have our video proving that 24-hour sun in Antarctica? No Germans, nobody. And we can go on. They have like 40 other nations there. But these guys, you got to believe that these guys went there and got it, right? These guys went there and got it. So I want to play this clip here real quick. And this is really interesting. So please pay attention to this clip right here.
Can you believe what you have been seeing on CNN today, ladies and gentlemen? Can you believe it? Supposedly, a CNN reporter found Osama bin Laden, took a television camera crew with him, went into Osama bin Laden's hideout, interviewed him and his top leadership, his top lieutenants and colonels and generals in their hideout.
We begin with the story of a shadowy multimillionaire who has declared a holy war against the United States. He is Osama bin Laden, and Impact's Peter Arnett takes us into his hideaway and into his mind with this first ever television interview.
This is a CNN reporter with a camera crew. And he came out and told everybody, within 3 weeks, Osama bin Laden is going to attack the United States and Israel. Now, that tells us two things. Either everyone in the intelligence community and all of the intelligence agencies of the United States government are blithering idiots and incompetent fools, including the entire apparatus of the FBI and all of their personnel, or they're lying to us. A reporter from CNN and his little camera crew got into Osama bin Laden's secret hideout and conducted an interview. If you don't believe me, tune into CNN. They're probably running it right now as I'm speaking. And if you believe it, you are one of the stupidest jerks that ever lived on the face of this earth.
All right, so that's exactly what I'm saying, you know, like 100 years, 125 years of Antarctic exploration. All those countries there, no one has ever produced any proof of a 24-hour sun. Those two guys, flat earthers, go there and got it. Just like CNN went there, you know, you have all CIA and Mossad, everybody looking for Osama bin Laden, couldn't find. The reporter goes there and interviews the guy. Okay, so if you guys are buying that stuff, you know, I mean, I don't know what I can do, but unfortunately, some people are buying to that stuff, you know. And I'm gonna play one more clip. This is shout out to Russian Vids. I got it from there, and this lady is actually speaking for all of us. She shouldn't, because I'm not one of them. But let's watch this.
Again, she talks about waiting for the so-called data to come back from Jaren and Witsit. It makes absolutely no sense. And as you're going to see here, I'll play this continuously with Karen B and the complete meltdown. She's absolutely lost her mind. And this is the state of Flat Earth, where the fakes can be separated from the real ones. Let's get to it.
Karen.
So everybody from both sides is saying there's a 24-hour sun. So what the...
I don't know that.
No, it wasn't a couple of guys. There were 10 people.
Yeah, there were 10 people, you know, there were 400,000 people working on the Apollo 11 program. Are they all lying? You know? And, you know, guys, there's a lot of idolatry, you know, going on. You know, people are idolatrizing Austin and Jaren. You know, oh, no, they can't be lying. They can't be lying. You know, I saw Austin swearing on the Bible. Right, so let me find this one right here. I'm gonna show you guys. It means nothing, you know. This stuff means nothing. I saw the astronaut swearing on the Bible as well, and that's what I'm trying to find right here. Where is it? The astronaut swearing on the Bible, saying not only he walked on the moon, played golf on the moon, but he swore for all the others. He said, no, not just me, but all the others also did the same thing. You know, they played golf on the ball. Okay, this is the clip I want to show you. Add to this thing. So I got this from TikTok. I'm gonna play here for you. This is astronaut. What's his name? Alan Bean. And this is there he is swearing on the Bible, saying that he walked on the moon. He, not just him, but all the others. So just because Austin swear on the Bible, it means nothing. You guys have to understand, they are playing a role of flat earthers. First role they are playing that they were flat earthers, just like Jonathan Mariande. Okay, and then that those flat earthers, the characters saw the midnight sun, so they are playing a role, right? So let's listen to this real quick, and then we go back to comments a little bit.
Well, the lunar module that was the vehicle that we landed on the moon. I've got my hand on the Bible. I went to the moon. I walked on the moon. All the other people that you think are people that NASA says went to the moon and walked on the moon did go to the moon and walk on the moon.
So the guy who swear on the Bible, it's not Austin, it's the character, flat earther, who went to Antarctica and supposedly saw the 24-hour sun. You got to see those guys are playing characters, and they're going to play characters for the rest of their lives. You know, that's the reality. They're going to play this character for the rest of their lives. So let me see if I can catch up with the, I want to continue. Yeah, a lot of things, you know, and 100% with you, all involved in the final experiment are 100% shields, regardless of their belief of the globe or if they call themselves Earth, Loader. Yeah, they're all actors, agents, all right? All of them. All right, yeah, brother from Rio Grande do Sul, Brazil, you know, the southernmost part of Brazil. Yeah, it gets dark quickly, 6 p.m., because the sun goes fast, you know, in that region. I grew up in Paraná, not far from him. So, you know, it's funny. I get really upset when I hear people who never cross the equator telling how we do things or see things in South America. You know, I get really upset with that because, you know, we see you know, we have to travel to the North Pole to see the midnight sun. We don't travel to Antarctica, which is close to us, really close. Yeah, those are, yeah. So let me continue my presentation, then we're going to go back to, I heard a little bit of flat earth reconnaissance if you're there, if you're here in the chat. I did hear a little bit when I was getting ready of you guys, of your show. I think Will Duffy was there. Let me address this real quick, okay? People, yeah, they're playing characters, and their characters, they're gonna play this character for the rest of their lives. So it's not a problem for them to swear on the Bible, because the character, flat earther who went to Antarctica and saw, is the one swearing the Bible, you know. So I heard a little bit of Austin saying that critical thinker, he flew back to Australia in 13, 14 hours, something like that. So it's impossible on the globe. Well, you know, these guys, of course, I exchanged a lot of arguments with a pilot some years ago. First of all, he claimed that the 747s fly at 550 miles per hour ground speed maximum. And I told him, well, look at the Air Force One, the U.S. Air Force One. Because he said, no, there's no 747s that fly over 550. I said, okay, so look at the Air Force One. So the Air Force One flies at 670 miles per hour. And there are others. For example, the Brazilian Air Force One, the plane that serves the president, according to a LATAM mechanic, flies for 24 hours non-stop. You can stay in the air for 24 hours without the need of refueling. So there are special planes. And so for certain routes, they have certain planes. So they do have certain planes that fly faster on the route between Santiago and and Australia and Sydney. No doubt about it. Because when I look at the Qantas in 2012, when they started, um, flying Sydney to Santiago, it was just one airplane they used. It had to be only one airplane. They couldn't replace the plane. If something went wrong, the flight was canceled because they only had one plane to fly the route. So that proves that it's got to be a special plane. It's not just like, so, distance. We use the term, let's shrink this. Oh, now our distance have been shrunk because you fly faster. For example, where I live in Nagoya, I'm about 22 minutes from the center of Nagoya City, the third largest city in Japan. So back in the 60s, it took 8 hours by train to get from here to Tokyo. Now you only take 2 hours. Has Tokyo and Nagoya shrunk their distance physically? No. We have faster trains now that can make the same trip in 2 hours. So, this argument, the guy got there number one, they attack the map a lot. Bill Duffy, Jared Campanella has been attacking the flat Earth map a lot, That's the point. They want to destroy this map because if they destroy the map, we don't have anything, So that's why they attack the map. No, I lived in New York City for like 5-6 years. I had the New York Subway Transit Authority subway map. That map did not show the sunset in California, so should I have thrown the map out? Because, it doesn't show me how the sun sets in California. Why will you keep this map right with me? So maps are not designed to display any celestial data. And the Glisson's map, the flat Earth map, it's 100% correct as far as we can go. We cannot go past 60 degrees independently. They are pushing, anybody can go to Antarctica. Yes or no, you can go to a specific place. Like anybody can go to the airport. We have a big airport here in Nagoya. So you can go to the airport there and sit on the lounge and stay there. But can you go to the other areas of the airport? No, you can't. There are security people there. They won't allow you to go. Same thing in Antarctica. You can go to the areas where they allow you to go and play with the snow, see some penguins, but other than that, you're not allowed to. So let me go ahead and continue this, and then we go back to there's a lot of things to cover. Goofball, flat Earth station, I know 24 cents. Yes, exactly. So let me continue this stuff, guys. There's a couple more things that I want to cover, okay? Cover. All right, so the next thing, as I told you, midnight, everybody else who is in Antarctica needs to go back to their, if they wanted to make this valid, this 24-hour sun valid, and you heard Karen B say, 10 people witnessed. Why not all the 70 guests at Union Glacier filming, live streaming to their families, in their countries? Oh, look, we are witnessing here the 24-hour sun in Antarctica. Why can't they do, or couldn't they have done like they do in the Arctic, like Nathan Oakley did? He did for 7 hours, and everybody was filming the 24-hour sun. Why those 70 people that stayed there had to go to their camp and cabin and locked it up and stay behind there, and they didn't have the privilege of seeing live the 24-hour sun? Why only those 10 people, 10 actors were able to do it? Aren't you guys asking these questions? I've seen, I'm going to get to David Wise in just a second, but, so many people there, right? So many people see the 24-hour sun, supposedly, but nobody can film this sun. Nobody can see except Will Duffy and his crew, his filmmakers, his Hollywood and his actors, his agents are the only. Why weren't those people all live streaming, you know. I was live streaming this 24-hour sun here in Japan. Why couldn't have they done that, you know? Because there is no 24-hour sun in Antarctica, guys. Wake up, okay? Uh, are they going to change now the encyclopedias now? Because the encyclopedia says in the article from March 21st to September 21st, the sun never sets. It's right there. During this period, the sun never sets. But you don't see that in the Antarctic. You see a 24 hours, one day, Antarctica circle has 24 hours of daylight, but not the sun. The sun is not out there. Are they going to change now the books and have Austin and Jaron's picture here? You know, I want to shout out to this person here, James. He's in Perth, Australia, and he called Jaron lying in, what's the name of the city? Punta Arenas, all right? So in Punta Arenas, what was Jaron doing? He was pointing his camera to west where the sun was setting and telling in his live stream that the sun was due south. Okay, he was lying. The sun was setting in the west, and he was saying that the sun was due south. But you know, you cannot deceive people who are from the south. So he filmed the sunset from the same day he went out. See, the sun was setting in the west, facing west. You know, he lifted off his drone from Perth, facing west. Perth sits at 32 degrees south, and Chile, where Punta Arenas is at 35 degrees south. And he was filming the sun setting in the west, and he pointed his drone to the south, and he pointed to the east, and it was nighttime. Okay, so I'll leave a link here for you guys. It's kind of slow playing. All right, so he called lying right there. Jaron lying right there. Okay, another thing, you know, why do you have to go to 80 degrees south to see the sun? With the sun at that height, from 65, at the least 65 degrees south, you could see on the horizon for 24 hours. You can't see it, right? You can't see, right? A lot of, in my opinion, and people call that, which I'm going to show you, a lot of Freemasonry involved in this experiment. You know, you see here Duffy praising this guy is behind. He's an astronomer, so that's why they want us to send. They wanted, right, us to send pictures of the sun, so they can figure out how to edit that stuff in their Hollywood production. Let me hide this comment here for a minute so you can see the full screen. So that's why he was asking, you know, send your pictures or videos, whatever. So in their final edition, they can edit all those sunspots, right? Here's Danny Freemason, right? He had this on his desk. You know, he even posed this doll like this. He took a picture of a Masonic. You know, all these people, you see Dave McKeegan here, you see his one eye symbolism everywhere, silent, you know. Close this. You see him, you know, covering one eye. I mean, all these guys, you know, all these people who went there, that's why some people are saying, is this like a you know, Freemason? I think Brother Sanchez, shout out to Brother Sanchez, he invited me to go over to his show. I have to find a day to do it. So I got this video here from TikTok, right? This is a ceremony. And if you listen, I'm not going to play the audio because the audio is really bad. But this guy here, he has to make like a swearing. He's swearing to go higher a degree or whatever. And he basically has to say all the heliocentric model tenets, like the Earth goes around the sun, the planets go around, On the solstice, this happens, and blah, 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 blah. Okay? So the guys are deeply into the heliocentric model. So this is more of a religion to them than anything else, right? I want to play this clip here by Rory Cooper. Is my perspective, if you guys remember. Now he has another channel. So he talks about no parallax doing their footage. So let's watch that, and then I try to get on the chat for a minute and finish what I have to say.
Hi folks, welcome back to my channel. This is another quick heads up before we do our final clip and we put things together. So I'm going to break things up in the process, post a video and explain a few things that when we put the final video together, it's all going to make sense. In this video, we're going to show that there's no parallax shift in the footage that was given as evidence that they formed a 24-hour sun. When you look at the footage, you can see that there's problems and that the footage is fake. If you're rotating your camera, look at this footage, and I'm going to break it down and explain to you. This is normal. You can't avoid this. This must be evidence in your footage. So what is parallax shift? So look, when a person pans his camera to the right, as in this case, everything will move to your left, but they'll move at different speeds. So here you have a pillar. Behind the pillar you have a lady, and behind that you have the corner of the building. Now they're all in line. Now as the man pans his camera, they will move at different speeds. Things closer to the camera must move faster because they're closer to the camera. Things further away will move slower. As he keeps panning within that shot, where's the corner of the building now? And where's the lady? Look at the space. So the space between the beam, the lady, and the corner of the building widens out. Now this is what you expect to see. You can't avoid this. This must happen because this is normal. Right? So when the beam is out the way, where is the corner of the building? Look at the gap between the corner of the building and the lady's head now. Right? So this is normal. Right? It's called parallax shift. So let's look at the footage again. And we're going to just do a quick step in the video footage. Right. This must happen. It's called a parallax shift. You can't avoid this. Now let's compare and look at what's happening in the final experiment. You see how everything bends. There's no parallax shift. The gaps between the table and the tripod and the building at the back stay the same. There's no parallax shift. It means the footage is fake. So why would they do this? Well, what they're doing is they're taking the footage, they're putting the footage in a circle, they're wrapping it. Then they're rotating the footage because they need to fake the rotation of the sun. So remember, you can do it with a video or you can do it with an image. I'm using an image in this, but I'm showing you the warping and why it's warping. If I take this image, for example, right, I make sure the join is accurate, it's spot on. I rotate the image. You would think, well, the camera's moving. No, the footage is moving because that's why it's warping. Can you see how it bends? It warps in, the sun gets bigger and the sun warps and gets smaller. Well, that's what's happening here. There's no parallax shift. It means the footage is fake. So this is just one aspect. So think of it like a puzzle. You put all these pieces of the puzzle together. So the footage has already been proven as fake, but this is small pieces of the puzzle. So why would they do this? And I'm going to bring this out in another video. Is to fake their position and the sun's motion. Right, and the sun's position to the earth. And I'm going to show exactly what they're doing and why they needed to do it. But they couldn't fake the parallax shift. So the final experiment, right, it's just a bunch of clowns. And they come there with their threats like the final experiment is going to kill the flat earth and do away with the flat earth. Seriously. And you sending us bullshit, fake footage, and who they send is a bunch of clowns to intimidate us. Seriously? You people are delusional.
All right, guys, you need to understand. Shout out to Rory. He did it. He was working on bigger, no longer. At the end of, not at towards the end, I'm going to show all the flat Earth channels that I recommend. People, some people ask me, and I want to show the channels that I think are addressing the problem. I like this comment by Mac. Bungie, your leader is exposing all these flat Earth channels as role play actors because they are more focused on the vape than the facts. Let me tell you what's going on. What's the strategy is here. So nobody is really listen. In my opinion, I'm going to address that David Wise more towards the end. But in my opinion, David Wise is way more into this stuff than he pretends to be. You know, he might even be the mastermind. Let me make my plan, my idea here. When a couple of weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, soon after you guys know how he was everywhere. I even called him the Dr. Fauci of Flat Earth because during the pandemic, to push the narrative, Dr. Fauci was in every channel, every news, he was everywhere pushing the narrative. He was the face, right, of the pandemic. And David Wise has been going in every channel trying to defend the TFE. He's the face. He is even working as like a lawyer. If you guys saw, I have a playlist now. A couple of days ago, I uploaded a video, a TikTok compilation, where Jonathan Miranda was being asked a couple of questions, and David Wise steps in and said, don't answer this question. Don't answer this. He's like a lawyer, and then I saw the other one, the guy on TikTok was even commenting, what is this guy doing? Let Austin answer the question, because the guy addressed the question to Austin and David Wise stepped in and answered for him, he's like a lawyer. So in my opinion, he has a lot, and I think I'll even mention maybe it's a movie he has invested and he knows it's going to have 1 billion views. So something is going on there, and I think he's way more into it. And the distraction is when the conversation started on TikTok about the TFE. Immediately, somebody attacked David Wise on religion. And a lot of flat earthers are not Christian. So they all came to defend Flat David Wise. So it took away the focus from TFE to religion. So that's what they are doing. They are focusing in things that are not important instead of, that's the strategy. So a lot of them are working together. Also, you have to understand, I'm going to go ahead and say that now. I was saving for the end. David Wise is really smart. That's why he friended with our channels, I help a promoter channel here and there, so he can have like a leash on you. Okay, he can have a leash. So now he can go to any channel and have. I heard he was a Vika channel, and they gave him like a lot of time to talk. And I told him during my last emergency broadcast, you need to cut him off, because he is the lawyer for TFE. He's totally the lawyer. You need to avoid having him. You got to discuss these problems without having him as a lawyer, because that's what he is. He's been representing TFE. Actually, a lot of people are saying, all of them are talking like Globers now, and they are. So, so let me continue here, and then we will. Hello, greetings. Hey, how are you, doing? Long time, huh? So happy New Year for all the ones who are arriving now. Let me continue this, and then we will talk more about other stuff. Okay. So let's talk about this thing right here. So this video is really interesting. This is their midnight sun. You see here the reflex of the sun, right? Pay attention here. And this is, look, all right? No, let me pause right here. Guys, if the sun was really behind this mountain, this shade should be right here. You shouldn't have this sunspot on the foot of the mountain, right? You shouldn't have. It's just, it shows that this scene, which I'm going to show you right now, the time of the day when it was filmed or photographed, and then how they added the sun. Okay, so let's look at this now. So as some of you know, many of you know, I've been speaking out about this stuff because it happened in 2023 in Antarctica, in Brazil, same thing. So this is Mount Rosman right here. This is north. This guy is pointing north because north is coming to this direction. South, okay, the Union Glacier camps right here. They were right here filming this stuff right here, having the mountain on the back. Now look at this side of the shade of the mountain right here. So these are all taken before, 2012, 2013 from the satellites, high altitude satellites. You can see the sun is on the east and you see the shade going west, all right? Right here facing. Here you have another one. Same thing, north is in this direction right there. The sun is probably right here on the east, right? And again, this is a front view. This is the mountain, Mount Rosman. North is in this direction right here. Okay. The sun is coming from the east. You see this shade being cast towards the west, right? So what they did there, one more image right here. You see again the sun coming from the east. Okay, look at how long the shade is. Okay, the sun here. So if the sun was behind, and this is everything here, I got it from the satellite or satellites, data. See here, north where they are, right here, the Union Glacier. And north is in this direction, east, west, south. So Union Glacier is right here, the mountains behind them, right? You see, there is never shade coming, being cast north, as if the sun was behind the mountain. You will never find. Of course, they will populate the internet now with AI images correcting the shades. They will do it now. But since I told you guys it happened in 2023 in Brazil, this is all from the Brazilian research flat earthers. I got it from them because they were on top of it since 2023. You cannot find any of those satellites images, even though they do it all in their summer. They always do that on their summer. And so you should have plenty of images showing the shade cast towards the north because the sun is behind the mountains. You will never find. You will never find. This is what they did right here. Okay, this is from Nature Picture Library. You can buy a print if you want. This picture was taken October 16. So the sun is coming from the east. You see the shade, right? So that's what they used for their the moment. They probably shot the picture early in the morning, 7 a.m. I couldn't find the time the picture was taken. But you can see the sun is on the east side. And see the shade is not long towards the north. It's like to the side. So it covers the mountain, but not the foot of the mountain. That's what I'm saying. Of course, they're going to fix that stuff, for their movie. They are collecting all the observations we are making. But see here, the shade is not cast north. It's not being cast north. It's to the side. So the real sun is here in the east, and the fake sun is going behind the mountain. Right? There's a lot of things that we can break down. You will never find anything like this. See this lady? The north, the mountains behind her, south, the camp. In this case, right here, the sun is right on her right arm on the east, right here. You will never see something like this, the mountains and the shade coming all the way over here because the sun is behind the mountain. You never find that stuff. Never. Now, they will produce this right now, of course. So let's talk about this guy here. I uploaded a video, and that creepy guy from England said, try to debunk. But we know better. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes those guys who never cross the equator, they want to tell us, we who live 30 degrees south of the equator in Brazil, Argentina, Chile, what we see. So this guy, he went on his TikTok he took this picture here. I think it was Saturday, December 14th. Yes. He claimed to be 10 p.m. So you watch the video. If you didn't, go back to my channel. It's right there. I'll show you in a minute. He claims to be 10 p.m., right? And the Glober say, oh, no, he's misspoke. No. I speak the language. And that's not the first video. He did one. He claimed to be midnight. And what Fake Flipper was saying in the beginning when I started this show was that the guys in Brazil called him up. He uploaded this. Okay, so show us the video, because when he says it's 10 p.m. in Antarctica and the sun is shining, and we know he's lying because of his shade. Okay, we know the sun is towards the north, shining, and the shade is being cast to the south. We know. So the guys phone him up, try to call. Okay, open your camera, because WhatsApp, you can play phone call. You can call someone and just flip open your camera and see. So the guys had already, since 2020, this guy has been making the news in the US, in Brazil, going to talk shows, whatever. He was never able to produce any proof of a 24-hour sun. So in this video, he says he's going to use, from now on, he was going to use Duffy's footage as proof, not his own. He can produce one. But he says in this same video, towards the end, that from now on, when people ask him for time lapse of the 24-hour sun, he's going to show Duffy's movie, right? Because he can produce one. So he was lying here. He claimed to be 10 p.m. This is a video by Don't Fear the Truth, right? He showed same thing, all the images coming from Antarctica is always the sun is shining north. It's never coming from the south. And now he has a collection. He put it all on a video. So I'm going to link here his channel. You can watch. Of course, they're going to change everything now. They're going to populate the internet with images of the sun supposedly coming from behind the mountain. But that's not really the truth. The shade here shows that the sun, the source is really coming from the east, and this is a fake sun. A lot of fakery, guys, and many people are not catching this stuff. Okay, let me see. I think we can move on to David Wise for a minute here, and then I'll go to the chat. So I told you 2 weeks ago about Marlon, right? Marlon is this guy always by the side of what's his name, Truman. Oh, I'm not in a need for that. Okay. Now, this guy has been working really hard as an attorney for the TFE, trying to defend the shades, And this is funny because this preacher, I used to listen to him before Flat Earth, Lawson, Charles Lawson, okay? And when he attacked Flat Earth, he said he had talked to the astronauts himself. He had talked when this guy was alive. He talked to him, and he said, I talked to them. They went to space, trust me, because I talked to him. Same thing, this guy's talking about this too. I talked to them. They saw the 24th sun. Trust me, He claims this is CGI, but this is the real footage. So he's being all over. And when you see, guys, I always had a lot of those known content channels attacking me over the years because of flight pets or whatever. And when you see them coming in defense of David Wise, you know something's wrong. You know something's wrong. And so that's the tactic, okay? He has this David Wise going everywhere, and he has a leash on many of the channels. And you guys have to break free, you know? That's why I'm gonna take a short break. Let me just make my point. We are going to, thanks, Flat Earth Reconnaissance. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm going to link all the channels that I'm presenting here. Don't Fear the Truth, Rory Cooper, My Perspective. I'm gonna show you. I'm just gonna finish with this thought on David Wise and come back, okay? So he left a comment. When I cut ties with him a couple months ago, I completely cut ties. I don't care. I saw the intent from those guys, what they were up to, and I say, no way, I don't want to have no part with these guys anymore. I cut ties with him. So he tries, have some sort of, he wants to say or whatever. He placed a comment on one of my videos, and then he removed. And then he placed another comment on another one, and I removed the second one because he has no saying here. He does not have any saying, tell me what to do, whatever. So you guys, if you have your channels, you gotta own your channels. Not let other people come and tell you what to do, what videos to delete or not. Okay, don't do it. All right. So I'm going to take a quick break now. 5 minutes. Going to get some hot tea, and I'm going to go back to the chat only. All right. So let me choose a song here for a quick break. I have a couple songs. But I'm gonna play this one right here.
What was going through your mind? How amazed were you to see your roadster up there with Starman just cruising along with the Blue Planet? And how long will we be getting live views, do you think, from the car?
Well, I think it looks so ridiculous and impossible. And you can tell it's real because it looks so fake. Well, I think it looks so ridiculous and impossible. And you can tell it's real because it looks so fake. Well, I think it looks so ridiculous and impossible. And you can tell it's real because it looks so fake. Well, I think it looks so ridiculous and impossible. And you can tell it's real because it looks so fake. Well, I think it looks so ridiculous and impossible. And you can tell it's real because it looks so fake.
Hope you guys are okay. So let's finish with this. I'm gonna share with you guys the channels that I really recommend. Okay, let me share my screen now. I hope you guys had a good time dancing. Catchy song, right? So these are the channels. You think this is the Neil Roddy Cooper My Perspective channel, and he's working on a long version of this no parallax shift, right? Because you see it's it's a panoramic photograph they did, and basically that's what they did with their supposedly 24-hour sun 360. Another one, I created a playlist. I'm going to go ahead and this is a playlist I created. I'm going to paste quickly, but let me go over. So don't fear the truth. The play don't you don't need to go to every channel right now. I'm gonna place the playlist, and then you guys go from there. So don't Shadows of Antarctica, no 24-hour sun. That's another excellent video he uploaded 2 days ago, 4,000 views. This is what I was saying. They don't have any footage of any shade being cast towards the north because the sun is behind the mountains. Okay, so there are so many proof that we don't have a 24-hour sun in Antarctica, and there's so many channels are buying into that. So sad to see like a lot of people. I was watching today, this morning, and so many people, flat earthers, are buying into this 24-hour sun in Antarctica. Level Earth Observer has been a great channel, but he said he's not going to do anything anymore videos on the final experiment. But he's got some great videos on this. P-Brain has uploaded a couple of videos also on this Antarctic stuff. I've been enjoying this. This channel here, really good. I like it. The Truth. He just uploaded a video which I'm gonna show you about so many things. So many things. Now, King Nico, I came across King Nico because I went to Flat Earth Warriors, and he recommended, and I liked it. I know Russian Vid's a good friend of mine. He came out this week with a video asking people to unsubscribe from King Nico. I like King Nico. So far, he's a Canadian. You need to understand that Canada has had many different problems, and they fight many wars there, not just Flat Earth. Many wars, and King Nico is involved in many, just the country is like communist country, right? So he deals with several things. Okay, now what I like about King Nico is this thing here. Let me show you. I'm gonna play this short video from his channel,
and it's all because he's serving his master Satan. I cannot believe this. I'm getting really anxious now, so I apologize if I've been really anxious, but so how do we break up these Masonic Fs? By exposing them, by calling them out, by laughing at them, by taking away whatever power and authority they think they have over whatever community it is that they're supposedly leading. Just give them hell. Give them hell. Don't let them come on your pages and think they can comment stupid stuff, right? like David Weiss thought he could do on my page. So you're going to give him hell. And I responded to this. Very good response, but I believe he deleted the comment. So the response went with it. Snake. You don't come on my page and think you can talk to me the way you talk to your bum buddy that you're the handler of, Jaron Campanella. You don't freaking come up here in my domain and my Crusaders of the Resistance headquarters talking your crap. You made a big mistake, bud. Your number is up. Your time is done. So we're coming after every single one of these shills. Mark my words. So make sure you send me everything. Tag me in whatever needs to be tagged. I do not fear these people. I don't fear the Masonic Brotherhood. I am a born-again Christian. They have no authority over me and have no authority over any of you, right? I have never done any one of these rituals, never stepped in a lodge. No one has power over me but the Lord Jesus Christ. So I will laugh and say whatever I want about these sodomites, and there is nothing they can do.
So there you have. I really like King Nico. I think he is Christian brother. So and he was sent. He was asking people send me stuff. Somebody sent him an edited video, and we can fall into those traps. But I think he is legit, right? But you have to get to your own conclusions, right? Brian's Logic has been putting out some videos also. I don't know that instance on the 24-hour sun, of course. I don't see one there, and I hope he's not falling for this lie. They Live Truth, of course. This is Russian Vid's channel. He's been covering this also. And important stuff. Flat Earth Warriors. This is where I got. This is very interesting. These guys are putting out a lot of videos, a lot of ceremonial stuff. They did in Antarctica. No Fanfare, another channel. So remember, I'm gonna place all this playlist here. You can visit these channels and subscribe. I'm not done yet with this sermon by Pastor Dean Nuddle, Fair English Church, The Final Experience Debunked. I'm not done yet. I'm about 1 hour, 26 minutes. I'm going to see if I finish today. The video I was talking about Chico Mendes claiming to be 10 p.m. in front of the mountain. It's this one. It's also in the playlist. Also this one where you see David Weiss trying to defend Jonathan Mariande, telling him not to speak anything. I think Brother Sanchez is also talking about this TFE, so you can give a listen to. No Fanfare, what else? Level Earth Observer, True Christian. True Christian I've known True Christian for like 7-8 years, I guess, since the time of the pilot. What's his name? I forgot the name. The guy, the pilot, Wolfie. Yeah, the truth. A lot of channel. This channel here, Conscious Truth, he got. You see how the fakery it is. They probably were not even in Antarctica, because in this video, Jaron has his compass. He's showing his compass, but his compass is upside down. See, it's upside down. So he's actually mocking Globers and Flat Earthers at the same time. He's probably in a studio, So many things. Fake Flip, of course. He's oceanographer, scientist from Rio Grande do Sul, Brazil. He knows what's going on. He's looking at the Brazilian Antarctic research ship now going around, just like all those research ships did do in the 1800s, the Russians, the British. Right at this moment, the Brazilian Navy is going around the circle of Antarctica, always keeping turning left. They went down the Atlantic Ocean, make a left, east towards the east, and they are constantly going east, keeping left, showing that the Gleason's map is correct. Steve, I just played his interaction with Duffy, Duffy promised to call, and they didn't show anything at midnight. The supposed 24-hour sun live. They didn't stream anything. So this is so far what I have now. Let me look at the chat. We had a lot of people, 280 people, and since I'm pretty much alone, I don't have uh, any people to handle the chat for me. Hello, Cindy. Welcome back, Cindy. Yeah, some pictures. They. I think this channel Truth. They. I'm gonna play his video right now. It disappears, right? Let me share my screen again. So this channel right here, the tents disappear. During but Sandy, what's going on is that they are watching our videos right now. They are taking notes of all the things that we are saying. So in their final edit, Hollywood production, they will make sure they will digitally insert those things that we are pointing out now. Okay, they have time. They are not in a hurry to come up with their documentary, but they will address that. I know they during their all the tents are gone. So weird. A lot of things. So you're right. But it's a movie. It's a Hollywood production. Disney, NASA, probably, and so many things. So guys, I'm going to place a link here for the entire playlist, and all the channels I mentioned is included at. So TFE debunked and TFE Psyop, and that's the playlist. Okay, so it's there. You can subscribe to all those channels, and but things are we keep adding stuff every day we are going to keep adding, and they're taking notes. This is what the enemy does. He circles us like a lion, and he will eventually they will edit, include all that stuff in there. You know Let me see what else here. King Nico is in the house. So welcome, brother. I ask that you and RV can perhaps talk, get together, do a live stream, and square things off. Because I know that he is a truther, and I love him as a truther, and as a flat earther, and you too. And we are all Christians, so you need to square these things off. And I understand that people might have sent you misinformation because they do it all the time. Okay. So I'm glad you did the live. I'm going to watch later. I have a list of videos to watch. I just don't have time. I'm starting my tax season right now, guys. Taxes, I'm businessman, and, so some Glober, especially that, what's his name? Globy Mike Face from TikTok. He was saying, oh, you have a store. So what? You pay so much for software. Now, it's possible. You have to have a subscription for all the softwares. And you spend time restoring maps. And I write to these places where I hold the rights, and I have to get the permission to download, to restore. Takes time, and then I want to present something nice for you guys. If you want to have one nice map like this, and you say, oh, you just grifting. Okay, so I added an item just for Globers now. I don't know where it is. It's gone. Where is it? Walmart. I don't know where it is. I think it's gone. All art maps. So I added the Chorizo planet, you know, this thing here for Globers. Because Globers believe anything. Okay? So this one came out. This guy, what's his name? He's a astronomer. And he tweeted this as being a real planet. And he wrote in French right here, Photo Proxima Centauri, the closest star to the sun, located at 4.2 light years from us. Client tweeted she was taken by the James Webb, telescope. This level of detail, a new world is revealed day by day. And then he had to admit it's just a chorizo picture. So if Globers believe anything, I added this to the store. You can, guys, buy this stuff. Globers. That's just for Globers. But if you guys want to support the channel, please going to link the store, Bungie store. I lost actually when I came out talking about all the shields, and I lost some subscribers. I only had 6 Patreons, lost 2, but that's the way it is, I don't want any part with those guys. I don't know about Lisbeth. I have never heard of her before. Never heard of her before. Just like Mariande. It's probably another actress. And I'm glad, Nico, you and Square, you guys. Shout out to Iron Horses in the house. All right, guys. So I hope you guys understand the big psyop that this whole TFE, those guys are working together for the longest time. They were from the beginning, from the get-go. The Eric Dubé was right back in 2016. All actors, all of them, And don't be impressed because the character Austin Flat Earther is swearing on the Bible. It's just a character. Okay, don't be impressed. He's not doing anything in his conscience that's wrong because he's playing a character. So his character, Flat Earther, who went to Antarctica and saw a 24-hour sun, is swearing on the Bible. But that's what it is. So I hope you guys, many channels, don't give airtime to these shields. Don't bring David Wise because he's going to advocate. He's a lawyer for the TFE. And, discuss the matter among yourselves. And if you ever go with Austin going across, examine these guys, bring him along. Don't bring his lawyer. And watch out if he's not wearing a earring like Kamala Harris was doing during the debates, like a microphone, earring, or texting. That's what Witsit called the debate in Brazil. The same guy was running both channels, the Flat Earth channel and the Globe channel, and they were texting each other. So Fake Flip caught them texting each other during the debate. So, a lot of this stuff is fakery. All right, Alain Horizonte, thank you. I'm going to close the show now. So, guys, may the Lord bless you. And, stay just like what Dino said, stick with the Bible. You can't go wrong. The Bible said the sun goes in a circle. And, and that's what it is. It goes in a circle. So all those liars, they want to discredit the Bible. All of them are in the same club. So let me tell you one more thing, okay, before I go. As I said, I did try to. No, I didn't say that Eric Dubé is a liar. I said that Eric Dubé had exposed them back in 2016. Okay, there is a video. His original channel got taken down, but he exposed all of them back in 2016. Right? So I'm getting old. I have a lot of business to do. So that's why I'm directing you guys to some of the channels because I don't have time to cover TFE all the time. I do want to, but I'm gonna be back next week only with more stuff, TFE. So there's a whole week ahead of us. But keep tuned. I'm going to be uploading TikToks, stuff like that. The fake experiment. Yes. Info Warrior. So, guys, thanks for being here today, all of you. I was going to finish the thought about, but I'm going to do it some other time, okay? So I'm going to close with the song. Thanks. Please visit Flat Earth Bungee Store. The link is in the chat. Support the channel. And we should be back next week. All right? Thanks, everyone. See you later. Going to close with this song here. Oops, let me remove this comment real quick.
Don't believe the papers. Don't believe the news. 'Cause all that they serve you are opinionated views. Don't switch on my TV, 'cause all they do is lie. And I don't need no programming telling me what to buy. But I believe the truth will set you free. I believe the truth will set you free. Don't believe in aliens. I don't believe the news. I don't believe in war. What are the reasons why they're for? Don't believe celebrities pretending to be what they ain't. Make poverty history, they say, holding the same. But I believe the truth will set you free. I believe the truth will set you free. I believe the truth will set you free. Don't believe the justice system will give you what you deserve. It's all rampant judges and Lucifer they serve. Don't believe banks are honest. They fleece you to the bone. When there's nothing left to get, they'll even take you home. But I believe the truth will set you free. 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 Don't believe the papers. Don't believe the news. 'Cause all that they serve you are opinionated views. I don't switch on my TV, 'cause all they do is lie. I don't need no programming telling me what to buy. But I believe the truth will set you free. I believe the truth will set you free. I believe the truth will set you free. I believe the truth will set you, truth will set you free. I believe the truth will set will set you free. Oh, I believe the truth will set you free. I believe the truth will set you free. Oh, I believe